Hello, I'm Mario Anderson, and welcome to In Focus Kentucky, where we take a look at issues that matter to you right here in the Bluegrass State, and we'll talk to the lawmakers, community organizers, and people like you who help shape those policies. We are continuing our series on summer and fall tourism opportunities in Kentucky, and for today's episode, we're looking at professional baseball throughout the state, which has been a long time staycation and tourism attraction for Kentuckians. Most can only dream of reliving a historical era of baseball, but the Bluegrass Barons, Lexington's first vintage baseball team, has transformed that dream into a reality. In 2015, Ben Klaus made it a goal to bring a vintage baseball team to the city of Lexington, and only a year later, the Vintage Baseball Association, which is a league that emphasizes the nature and style of the game from the 1800s, debuted in Lexington. We spoke with the Bluegrass Barons earlier this week to find out more about the vintage baseball team. Talk about the inspiration of how it was determined that we need to have a vintage baseball team here in the Bluegrass State.
Well, I think for myself and a lot of other people, Ben especially, watching a vintage baseball game kind of inspired us. I know there was a game at Waveland against two Cincinnati area teams in 2015, and Ben saw that, and that really got him encouraged to form a team. At the same time, I'd been trying to create a team in the Frankfort area, and I hadn't had a whole lot of traction. The officials with the Vintage Baseball Association pointed me in the direction of Ben. We got together, and I kind of just joined his team. And from that point forward, it just kind of grew from there.
And share with us a vintage baseball team. Obviously, we see your attire, the uniform, as this is what is worn during a game. So kind of walk us through the process of what the vintage baseball is, and then how the style of play is.
Okay. The Vintage Baseball Association, they teams across the country, they're about 450. We're the first in Kentucky, by the way. Well, the first that's been in the VBA. There were teams earlier, but we're the only current team going. Basically, they emulate the style of play from the 1850s to the turn of the 20th century. So you have all various sorts of rules and regulations that would have been played under. We play under what's considered the 1865 rules, or the fly rule. Our team's based in 1869, but the 1865 rules changed. One key rule was that before 1865, a ball caught on one bounce anywhere on the ball field was considered an out. After 1865, a ball had to be caught on the fly in fair territory to be considered an out. You could still catch the ball in one bounce in foul territory and be considered an out. But that kind of lends to what we do, is that rules, every era had a little bit different rules. Beginnings of baseball roughly around in the mid 1840s. Some teams will play that. Some teams play late 1850s, which is a little bit different. It's very similar to our game, but a little bit different. The rules we play, if you come out to a ball game, what you'll see is very, very similar to what you go to Legends Ballpark or to Cincinnati or locally to see, but there are slight differences. The pitcher, first off, no gloves.
No gloves.
We play barehanded, and you learn real quick what to catch and what not to catch,
right?
What to let go. The pitcher throws he pitches from 45 feet away, which is similar to modern softball. It is an underhand pitch. You try to be it's a quick underhand pitch, sort of similar to what fast pitch softball is. You have that. Then, as I said, defensively, players could play as close off the bag, or they could kind of shift to the batter like they do now. By the late 1860s, that was common, and you also had there were such things as called strikes and called balls, but the umpire had to warn the batter to swing at hittable balls, and to warn the pitcher to throw hittable pitches before they would start calling balls and strikes in that era. Balls hit anywhere in fair territory, even if it hits right in front of the batter and then immediately goes foul, that's a fair ball. So, the pace is much quicker than a modern game. We can get through a game between an hour and a half to 2 hours.
And how many innings?
Back in that era, it was 9 innings. We typically play 2 7-inning doubleheaders just to get as much baseball in as we can without being there, overly long. But by that point, it was a 9-inning game.
And does the team travel around the area, the state, or regionally?
We do. We're going to play a game in Frankfort later on this year. On October 13th, we'll be playing a tournament. We have played at the Legends Ballpark, Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Our home grounds is Waveland State Historic Site. But typically, since we are the only team in Kentucky, we do travel extensively. We've traveled as far south as Nashville and as far north as Columbus, Ohio. We typically play most of our games in the Cincinnati area because that's where most of our opposition is. So, but when we travel a long way.
And share with us about the fan aspect. Are you all seeing a lot of people who are wanting to attend the games and cheer you on and kind of see what you all have to offer?
We do. We have, I'd say we have most games between 25 and 50 spectators, which is a very good total. And a lot of people we have developed a following, people who come what they saw and they continue to come out. And we also have some of our players, their first experience with vintage baseball was watching the Barons play, and they liked what they saw so much they decided to join us as players. Wow. So we have a pretty devoted following. And
where's the best place for people to actually keep in touch with what you are doing and your games that you have?
Well, you can go to the Bluegrass Barons Facebook page. I have a blog myself it's called The Faded Chalk Lines. If you go there, I tend to give advances on games and try to give the results of games within a few days of that happening. So if you go to there or to the Barons Facebook page, you'll be able to really keep track of what we do.
Well, Jerry, we really appreciate you joining us here on In Focus Kentucky and talking with us about the Bluegrass Barons and the work you all have been doing the last couple of years of getting the team back up and running, and we're interested to see the next phase of the team.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'm delighted to spread the word.
Coming up, we'll discuss the community impact of the Lexington Legends and also learn more about a proposal for a new stadium for the team. Stick with us. You're watching In Focus Kentucky.